It is the fastest thing on the road, we hope. It's a jail cell on wheels. It's a crime-fighting machine.
The main thing in police car is, it is the front row seat to the theater of life.
If you see it behind you, it might be there to spoil your day, or it could be there to save your life. It's a police car. It's a damn fine machine, and you can't have one. There are some people who just shouldn't be allowed to remain at large. This gentleman, for example, clearly a menace to society.
My God!
Fortunately, an alert citizen has witnessed the crime and calls 911.
It's a Dodge Charger, gray. A man, mid-30s. Damn good looking. Any units in the vicinity of Kiel in the 401, please observe for a possible littering citation. This is 5 Tango 003, go ahead.
Don't play with the radio, Jeff.
Okay, hang on a second.
5 Tango 003.
This is the moment the police car was made for.
We'll observe for
The start of the high-speed chase. And this is my partner, Sergeant Cam Woolley.
Jeff, will you give me my hat back, please? And my sunglasses.
The shades, too?
Yeah, the shades. You're not a police officer yet, Jeff. We do have a psych test.
The police cruiser may look like a regular car, but really, it's a rocket. They're modified in a few ways, but most of all, they have a souped-up engine that will make you choke on your donut if you're not careful.
So that's good. Let's get some good acceleration to it anyway, huh, Cam?
Yeah, actually, these cars do perform very well. We need the power to be able to get off the shoulder and quickly catch up. It's all about safety.
Yeah. You enjoy it, though.
Yeah, the cars are well designed, and especially we often have to drive in conditions when we're telling everybody else to stay off the road in the worst conditions, and that's one of the things. These cars have to be tough.
Comfy seats?
Yeah, the seats are very strong. On these Fords, they're even stab-proof. If there's a prisoner in the back, there's metal shielding if somebody tries to stab through the seat.
Really? Or
So
if there's a
they're
kid in the back kicking.
For some weird reason, all the police cars in North America from every car manufacturer are made in the same little area of southern Ontario. At the Ford assembly plant in St. Thomas, they make 3 cars with the same basic design. They've got the Grand Marquis for consumers, the Crown Victoria for the taxi companies, and now the Police Interceptor, with a few modifications that you aren't allowed to buy unless you're a police force. And although all 3 may look exactly the same on the outside, on the inside they look exactly the same. Except the Police Interceptor has a more powerful engine, better welding on the frame, a beefed up suspension, a heavy-duty torque converter, and speed-rated tires.
Many people think that a police car is designed so that it will outperform and outdrive the average car, and that's not necessarily true. They certainly have lots of horsepower. When required, it's there, but they're designed more for durability and ruggedness than they are for handling. We try to make sure that recruits understand they're not driving a race car.
This is where the new recruits learn to drive. The Ontario Police College in Aylmer, Ontario.
Part of travel is to go straight. Remember that the hands do what the eyes tell them to do it. So the idea here is when you start to feel that the car starts skidding, it is to look where you want to go and you make appropriate steering corrections.
Okay.
We are going to pick up our speed up to about 50 kilometers per hour. And this time, I'm going to put you into the straight skid. The skid is coming right now. Gentle input, smooth, very well done.
It's not a matter of teaching a person how to drive. It's teaching them how to drive a police car. And if you've never driven a police car, there's a huge difference. The trick here is not to have them just simply drive fast. You know, anybody can drive a car fast. The trick is planning ahead, being seen, creating escapes. For instance, right now I'm right behind the car. Notice how if I offset my vehicle safely into another lane, I can see well beyond that car. Because my area of responsibility doesn't end at the back of the subject vehicle. The police officer to simply stare at the back of the subject vehicle, if they do that, then they're gonna fall into what we call target fixation or tunnel vision. The driver of the subject vehicle is paying about 10% of their attention to the front where they're going, and about 90% of their attention is in the rearview mirror. Where are the police? Have I lost the police yet? See how he slides through that corner? If we had a police recruit who is not paying attention to ahead of that vehicle, they'd do the exact same corner. I always tell recruits that the main thing in a police car is, it is the front row seat to the theater of life. Because they're gonna see things from this seat that the average public never dreamed of seeing. And it's all visible from this seat right here, the driver's seat of a police car.
So we got the call. We're going to look for this guy. What would we be doing?
Well, we want to keep moving so that the Charger can't get him, say, behind a tractor trailer or a van and hide from us. So we're going to change our position relative to other vehicles. We're also keeping an eye on the exit ramps too.
But I mean, while you're watching all this, you're watching where we're going too, right?
Oh, absolutely. And that's one part of the police training. We're watching as far down the road as you can see, and your peripheral vision picks up the other thing.
What happens if we're following this guy and we see someone doing something ass stupid up there?
Well, it depends on, you have to prioritize. Sometimes we are able to stop them both or simply radio another unit.
So it's not, you don't just ram them and then go after the first guy. Like
we don't do that, no.
So now when we get this guy, when we get this louse, I want you to know I got your 6, okay? When this goes down, I got your 6, but I need to know, what do I do? What's the protocol? The car stops, we've got that bastard up ahead of us. What do I do?
Well, I'm going to approach the driver. He's by himself. I'm going to approach on the driver's side. I'm going to watch what his hands are doing. Hands are always what can harm you. So I'm going to be watching him. And you can watch from the right and the rear.
But in some cases, you're going to be alone on the road, right?
So most often we are alone.
You're lucky because you have a pretty physically gifted partner with you, right? But in some cases, you're going to be a special. So when you pull a car over, say, like in this case, we don't know like how many people there are in this car. Do
we can check out the registered owner, but that doesn't mean that person's driving. So,
sure. Or is it dead in the trunk?
Yeah, the car could have been stolen and not reported yet. You can never make assumptions out here.
Hey, dude. So when you go up, are you like? You're not pulling heat, are you?
No, not in a situation. Okay. I'm not going to draw my firearm unless there's a reason.
Okay. Can I pull your gun?
No. No touching the gun, Jeff.
Okay.
Now, guns are good, but bad guys have guns too. Here at Crown Master they install a few extras that turn a car off the assembly line into a crime-fighting machine.
This particular panel is a composite material. Consists of a hard ceramic surface on the outside, which is used to lessen the velocity of a projectile fired at the door. And then on the back of the panel is a Kevlar coating, which is there to catch all the pieces and prevent them from entering the interior of the vehicle. The trunk of a police car could carry 200-300 pounds of equipment, and being able to access what they need quickly is vitally important. From an accident scene rushing to get emergency equipment to a fire scene where they may have to grab a teddy bear out of the trunk to give to a child in distress. The sliding tray not only used to mount the spare tire, but can also be used to mount radios, siren amplifiers, video camera systems, or any other devices that they need to have wired in the trunk, and then easily snaps back into place when not in use. Here on the back window are a set of rear deck LEDs. From a surveillance standpoint, right now you can see that they're quite visible, but when we do disconnect them, these lights just blend right in with the rest of the interior of the car. A lot of times they'll use these lights for an undercover car or a slick top. Ones that don't have a light bar, they're the ones that hide in the bushes and catch you off guard when you're going down the highway. This is a strobe tube that we install in the 4 corners of the police vehicle. These aren't a regular incandescent light bulb. It's actually a large electrical spark that goes across the gaseous tube on the inside to give the bright light, which is usually what you see in your rearview mirror when an officer comes up behind you.
All units be advised. We have spotted the suspect.
Copy that, 5 Tango 003. Go get him. Hit him with the siren cam. Oh, crap. Busted.
This was the first police vehicle, the bicycle. The riders were called the Scorchers, and they were an elite team of high-speed cyclists who were fast enough to catch other cyclists who were speeding. Same concept, different ride. But then Prohibition came along, and crime became big business. One of their businesses was smuggling liquor down from Canada where it was legal into the States where it wasn't. And, if necessary, beating the cops out on the open road. It was the birth of the getaway car. And following hot on its heels, our hero, the police car. You boys are busted. For a long time, the cops were just buying the same old cars as everyone else. But in 1950, Ford had a bright idea and came up with the police package. It was the first car designed to be a police car and nothing else.
Well, they put a 4-inch crank in it, which made it a Merc motor, and it brought it from 100 horse to 110, which was quite a little jump. It made it faster than all the other ordinary cars that people were driving down the road, you know. In the early 50s, we get a hold of a Merc crank and pistons, and we'd make the stock cars faster, and it would really make them go, and it worked. It really worked good. I've been to the back of these things a few times, I'll tell you that. Speed, that was my main thing. I never done much else. But I never got caught too many times. I got away quite a few times. Lots of fun with old Fords, I'll tell you. Just like this one.
The back seat of a police car is not the most desirable seat assignment. The doors won't open, the windows are made of half-inch plexiglass, and worst of all, there's no extra legroom at all. It's basically a little jail cell on wheels.
We remove the rear door lock knob, and the inside door handles will not function once this door is closed. This is the manual door lock rod, and what that does is when the officer gets out of the car, he can just reach back behind him and unlock the door and let the prisoner out of the back. The odd time we've had windows kicked out, and that security bar will kind of eliminate them just crawling out the back window of the car.
When a police force gets a new vehicle, they still have some equipment of their own that needs putting in. This is the garage in Orillia where the OPP finished the job of producing an operational police car.
This is the blue and gold reflector tape. You always try to work the tape to the front, and the object is to not get any bubbles in it. To try not to cut the paint.
We'll go through each function that's programmed onto the cruisers, make sure that the computer's working in here, and then of course if the lights are working. We'll just go through the different takedown modes. That's our front strobe. Or you can just go left or right, light on its own, and then of course they're movable too, so you can actually move the light rather than move the car. If you're driving down the street and you want to look down an alleyway and it just lights the whole alleyway up, or even for looking down in ditches on the sides of the highways. And then finally master emergency, and that puts every light in the vehicle on.
With the addition of lights, decals, radios, sirens, and onboard computers, the completed cruisers are ready to roll. There are a few new toys available too. For example, the modern cruiser can have voice recognition.
Alert 1 on. Alert 1.
Instead of fumbling with buttons, the officer can turn on lights and sirens without taking their hands off the wheel. You can get night vision cameras that can see a black cat in a dark alley, and a DVD recorder that will capture everything out the front and back of the car.
Screen radar. Screen radar.
Oh yeah, and a heads-up display so you never have to take your eyes off the guy you're pulling over.
Just watch your back, Jeff. Watch for traffic.
All right, I got your back.
Shut the car off, please, sir. Hand me the key.
What up, man?
Hand me the key.
Oh, come on, man. What'd I do? I didn't do nothing.
Get out of the car!
Step out of the car, please, sir.
Wow, you get all angry with me, man. I think you got the wrong guy.
You're under arrest for littering.
Littering? I never littered. This is entrapment, man.
Jeff, you want to do the honors?
Sure, Cam.
Cuff him, Jeff.
Hey, go easy. Ow! That's too... People like you make me sick. Yeah, well, people like you make me sick. You look good, though. Thanks. Get in the car. I'm gonna call X-Cop. I got Okay, sir, watch your head getting in the car, please. Ow! That's brutality, man! Lay down. Ah! We all lose when you litter, sir. We all lose. You can't do this to me. I know my rights. I'm a Canadian citizen. That man's poor mother. Hey, across the phone, over here. Electronic recording. Hey, I'm on TV!
The police siren is meant to send a clear message to other motorists. Get out of the way. Navigating busy streets and highways while flying to an emergency in a police car ain't easy.
I just think that if you turn your lights and sirens on, if you're coming up right behind them or you're beside them, they're always going to see you. They don't. So like, I realize I have to watch him. I knew he didn't see me behind him. Usually you'll see a little bit of a brake light, so you know they see you coming, but they don't know where you're going, so you know you're safe to go because they're waiting for you. But if you see absolutely no movement from a car that's just driving down the road, there's no brake lights, there's nothing, then you typically know they haven't seen you yet, and I'll kind of back off until I see some sort of a realization that they know I'm there before I pull up around their car, because people do that last minute sound check where they just go, whoa, because they think that you're over there or wherever, and then they hit you. You know, it can get pretty dangerous at times, especially when you're en route to a call where your adrenaline's pumping so high. You know, you hear an officer in a fight and he's screaming for help or something. You just want to get there. And we're coming up to a red light here. Typically everybody stops, but sometimes they don't. That much traffic on the other side, there wouldn't be anywhere for us to really go. I mean, they could move over, but it would just fit your car. Sometimes you get stuck. Here would be a perfect example of people like, they just don't know where to go, where this guy could pull to the right, but he sits there. So you get people that just don't want to wait either. But you gotta make sure that nobody's coming. It's hard sometimes not to get frustrated at certain people, but you gotta like them.
This is the nerve center of OPP operations, and when a fleeing fugitive is too dangerous for one car to stop, they call in the reinforcements.
911, do you require police, fire, or ambulance?
Typically what would happen is we would have a caller calling in about a drunk driver. The call would be put in. So on Highway 89 we have a drunk driver, so it's a high priority, would be classified as a priority 1. This is Highway 89. You see the event number's been populated into the map, so that shows you where it's happening. If the vehicle refuses to stop or something at that time and the officer says he has a pursuit in progress, the other officers who've overheard the pursuit in progress would also be monitoring. One of the things that you would want to do is make sure that there are units set up in anticipation of where the vehicle is going.
If you can get set up in front of a fleeing car, you can use a spike belt. I love the spike belt.
That's a cost? Oh my God!
If you're gonna chase someone, you hope it won't be a car full of teenagers, because if anyone's going to do something stupid, it's them. So you wait, and you don't even hit the siren until you've got some help. Then you don't get into a pursuit because there's nowhere for them to run. If you've got 3 cars working together, you can execute this snappy little maneuver. Get out of that one, bad boy. And when all else fails, you just ram them. I love it when they ram them.
But it is stressful because it's very demanding and fast-paced, and it all can be over in a few seconds, but an awful lot can happen in a few seconds. Cars can be totaled, people can be killed, officers injured. You just never know.
A police car isn't expected to stay in action for too long, maybe 3 years, some less. Then they go back to the garage so the equipment inside can be salvaged.
We'll go over everything, clean it all, make any repairs if necessary, and then we can use them however many times we can get away with it until they actually start falling apart just from overuse.
What I'm doing now is removing all the decals and bringing the car back to its original shape as when we first purchased it, and getting the car ready to go to auction.
At the local auction, a police interceptor is a hot commodity.
This is my dream to have one, so I'm trying to make my dream come true today.
For the longest time, both of us have wanted a 98 or newer Ford Crown Victoria Police Interceptor. It's just my definition of the ultimate car. And this one, even though it isn't running, we're still probably going to bid on it.
About 1,000. That's my limit. That's all I got for cash.
XOPP, 2,000 low kilometers. It's all maintained. 4.6 liter engine. The car's knee-deep in rubber. Ladies and gentlemen, 2000 model. I got 3 grand and 30.
Bidding can be fierce. These cars often get bought by taxi companies, for example, because they know that they're built to be on the road 24 hours a day.
It's way too high. Gentlemen, 45.5, 4,600. Last call.
So if you're dreaming of getting yourself a cop car for cheap, well, you're dreaming.
So, 45, 50, about 226.
Guaranteed, eventually we're going to end up with them. Don't know when, but it's definitely going to happen someday.
The police car is more than just a hot rod.
Hey, where'd you learn to drive?
It's part of the very glue that holds our society together. It's out there protecting citizens like me.
Easy.
From scum like him.
We're not so different, you and me. We're the same.
Oh, I don't think so,
We're
my
the
friend.
same.
Have a nice life in jail where you belong.
Chris.
Scum?
Ham.
Hack?
Corporate shell.
Hey, shut up!
Ow!
People like him are why we need cars like this. Thank you, police car.
Yeah, thanks a lot, police car.